So this is my little arts and crafts corner of things that I'm making, and I'm going to make now these mussel shell initial things. Might have something to eat.
Right.
Do you want one of these buns?
I'll have another cup of tea in a minute, yeah.
Do you want me to make one?
Sorry?
Do you want me to make you a cup of tea?
Yeah, alright, great.
I'm making us a snack of Cornish saffron buns. They're nice.
Lovely. Just gives you flavour, just that little bit of saffron.
Yeah, it's kind of like a really squashed hot cross bun. I'm not sure where I'll put them, but a couple of people have been asking me about good distractions for after you've eaten, and I find arts and crafts, anything like with your hands that takes your concentration, is brilliant. Like puzzles, Sudoku, and this kind of thing, I've always found amazing. The weather's really nice now, so I've come outside for stamping. I've just finished my lunch and was going to have something else to eat, so I thought, okay, I'll just do a bit of vlogging now. And I'm doing some more wedding prep as well, so I'm really struggling to like find time to record this week, so I'm just going to try and like bung everything in together. And I also bought myself a slice of cake this morning, which I was going to have after my lunch, so I'm going to have that now and do the hoops and vlog. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've been trying to let my dad make me lunch every day this week, which I didn't plan as a challenge, but he offered me the first day I was at home because I was in a meeting, and my initial reaction was like, oh, no, I need to make my own sandwiches so that I know whether it's got mayonnaise or butter or whatever filling or how thick the bread's cut or whatever, like basically so I've got full control over my food. So I had this huge panic, and then I was like, no, oh my God, why do I need to have control over my food? Like other people just make normal food. So I was like, I'm just going to trust my dad to make my sandwich for me. And then challenge repeat, I guess. So every day I've been letting him do it. And it's kind of been nice, to be honest, like letting somebody else make food for you and not needing to know every single ingredient and just trusting that someone else can make food just fine. I feel like it's another step towards letting go of like food and weight and the control it has over your life. So yeah, I've been doing that this week. So anyway, I ate lunch with Dad and that, so I didn't film that, but he made me a ham wrap with mayonnaise and this like sweet chili sauce and coriander and rocket and tomatoes. It's really nice. But let me go and get my cake and I'll carry on with my hoops. So I walked past a bakery and picked this up earlier because yum. So good. Let me lay it out and see. Right, I didn't get a chance to come back and chat after all of my arts and crafts because it was just such a busy day. In fact, this whole wedding period generally is insanely busy. I've had like hair appointments, photographer appointments, I don't know, appointments coming out my arse. And then all like the arts and like seeing family and stuff like that. So really like fun time, but very busy, very emotional as well. So I just thought I'd come and like talk about that a little bit in case people are interested. So I feel like in the last couple of weeks, I've been so committed to recovery, so clear on what I need to do, what I want to do. I kind of see getting married as like a new chapter for me and Brendan, and so I want to be like the healthiest version of me basically, and like a healthy wife to him. So anyway, I feel like clear on what I want and kind of what I need to do, but it still isn't stopping my eating disorder thoughts. And it almost feels like anorexia like throws everything it's got at me, just hoping that one of the thoughts will stick and that I'll be like, oh my God, yeah, good point. I do need to go and lose weight. So I'm getting these thoughts like, oh, you're going to be eating loads around the time of the wedding and in the lead up to it, so you should restrict now to save your calories. Or like you think you're trying to be healthy by eating all this food and be a healthy wife entering into this marriage, but actually you're secretly getting fat and you're not realising it, so you really need to cut back. You're going to get fat for your dress, there's a good one. You're going to regret this for the rest of your life. Have those a couple of times a day. Oh, you're too busy to eat as well. That's been a big problem in the last few days because I have been incredibly like busy, stressed, anxious, excited as well, like just generally very emotional and hectic. So some of the thoughts around food aren't even completely anorexia driven, like the busyness or the stress or the anxiety. Like those are, I'm sure, very normal emotions that people would get around a wedding. But like, I can't afford to not eat because of that. Like maybe someone else would be busy if they're planning a wedding and they'd skip a meal or skip lunch or something. But like, that is not an option for me. And I really have to keep reminding myself this because I don't know if this is a good thing to say. Like, okay, in all honesty, I could very easily lose weight at the moment with like the emotions and the busyness and blah, blah, blah. And there is still that thought that clicks in my head that's like, oh my God, you could lose some weight. It's like that buzz, like this is a good idea. It's my old brain wiring. Like I still have the anorexia neural pathways in my brain that still associate losing weight and missing food with a good thing, and then eating enough to keep me healthy or to gain a bit of weight, or I don't know, just eating and gaining weight, whatever, being healthy as a bad thing. And it is literally so automatic for me. And I'm having to just be really strict with myself, to be honest, and think like, no, restriction of any form is just not an option for me. It doesn't matter if it's a normal reason, like busyness or stress or anxiety, because I know what it will lead to for me. And I know it doesn't make me happy. Like tried and tested, skinniness is shit. And I've got this fucked up association in my head that still thinks skinniness will make you happy. Like skinniness is a good idea. So I really feel like I'm still having to override like automatic anorexia thoughts and remind myself, to be honest, like what did skinniness give me? Isolation, misery, hair falling out, not connected with people, cold, tired, boring, inflexible, just not a fun version of Meg at all. And then on the other side, think like eating well, being healthy makes me connected to other people, makes me present. It will make me a present wife for Brendan and not like a bit of me, but a bit of me still in a relationship with anorexia. Let's be honest. It will mean I can enjoy my wedding period, enjoy the food on my wedding day, and then also enjoy our lives together as well. Like I really do see this as like a new chapter for us, and I want to just be the healthiest version of me that I can on that day to then start our new healthy lives together. And stay the healthiest version of me as well. But that's kind of been my like mantra, I guess, for the last few days. I'm just constantly reminding myself like I want to be healthy for this marriage. So yeah, I don't know, I would say it's busy, it's emotional, it's hectic. My eating disorder thoughts are very much still there as automatic thoughts, but I am totally clear on what it is I want to do and who I want to be and what I need to do to get there as well. So I'm just having to constantly like override my thoughts, basically, like block them out, say my Bren baby's bones, like this is the life that I want, and just, I don't know, consciously remember my goals and what it is I'm trying to do. Because if I did just go with my snap thoughts all the time, my automatic thoughts, I probably would go back to restriction. Like it still is built in my head, so I'm waffling, but yeah, I'm trying to like remember the life, remember my goals basically, and like the life that I want to live, the person that I want to be, and then do it. And then the other big issue that so many people have been messaging me about and maybe wondering about as well is the dress. Because a big thought that I'm getting probably several times a day is you need to restrict for your dress. Everyone goes on a diet so that they look good in their dress. You need to be skinny on the day. Blah, 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 blah. Literally, pretty much every time I sit down to eat, I get these thoughts popping up. So firstly, I honestly don't think anyone should diet anyway. I think diets are bullshit, but I know people are still going to. I'm not going to fix the diet industry. So that aside, for me personally, I definitely should not be dieting. Like, that is never going to be an option for me ever again in my life because, well, one, I don't need to diet. Like, well, no one needs to diet, but I don't need to diet. And two, like, my history, I am never going to be in a position where I can try in any shape or form to control my weight or have rules around my eating or have foods that are off limit or have target weights or anything. Like, no, I've been there, I've done it horribly. Like, it fucks my life up, it fucks me up. Like, I know it doesn't make me happy or anyone around me happy, and yeah, it's just never going to be an option for me. And someone actually said an awesome saying to me once, which I loved, and it's, just because you can doesn't mean you should, which I think is so relevant for eating disorder recovery because, like, of course you could lose weight, of course you could miss calories, of course you could do all these things that pop into your head as if they're good ideas, but it doesn't mean you should. Like, if you do it, you know what it'll end with. Like, it will fuck things up again. I've been ill from this eating disorder for, I don't know, 17 years or something. Like, I know it doesn't bring me happiness. It doesn't make me a good version of myself. It doesn't make me present and connected with others. It's not what I want to be as a wife for Brendan. It's not the person I want to be myself. It's not the life that I want to live. Like, ugh. Yeah, honestly, several times a day, I am reminding myself this. And I kind of think, like, you are still going to get your eating disorder thoughts. Like, I'm still going to get mine because my head is still wired in that way. I'm not recovered enough yet that I don't have these thoughts anymore. But, like, I don't know, it's kind of how you react to them, isn't it? Even if I get the thoughts, like, doesn't mean they're the truth and doesn't mean I need to act on them. Another thing that I found really helpful is to try and not think about the, like, dress and weight at all, because Brendan is not marrying me to be a body in a dress. Like, he's marrying me as a person, and I know he wants to marry all of me as well, like physically and mentally. He doesn't want to marry part of Meg but with another part reserved for anorexia. And he keeps saying to me, like, the more of you there is to marry, the better. And I'm sure that means physically and mentally as well. So I know I'm not a good version of myself when I'm restricting, underweight, malnourished, whatever. So yeah, I'm trying not to think about myself as a body in a dress, but as a person getting married and, yeah, entering a new life with Brendan. And it can be kind of helpful to flip it as well. Like, why am I marrying Brendan? Is it because he looks good in a suit? Well, he'll actually be wearing a kilt because he's Scottish, but is it because he looks good in a kilt? Like, well, he does look good in a kilt, but no, I'm marrying him as a person. And, like, do I think he should diet to fit into a smaller size kilt? Fuck no. And then I'd probably get the thought of, like, oh, well, he's not as weight conscious, so it doesn't matter for him. But, like, okay, like my bridesmaids, some of them might be weight conscious. Do I think they should be dieting to fit in their dresses? No way. Or, I don't know, if a friend was getting married, do I think they should lose weight? Like, no. When I think about it for other people, like, I see them as people and not as bodies and dresses. So, yeah, like, I'm basically just trying to apply my views of others onto myself and what I think is okay for them. Like, I think it's fine that Brendan eats in the run up to the wedding and maintains a healthy weight. So, like, okay, apply that to myself then. So, yeah, I kind of feel like anorexia has no place in my life anymore. Like, it's played a very leading role for far too long and stolen far too much from me, being honest, and a lot of people around me. I'm going to get emotional. And so I really want this to be a new chapter now, like, for me, for Brendan, for my family and friends. And it doesn't mean I won't still get the thoughts, because I have been several times a day, but I'm basically just trying to block them and tell them to fuck off, to be honest. Like, I've got arguments against them. I know what my goal is. I'm constantly just telling myself, like, opposite actions, to be honest. Whatever my thought is, like, fuck you, I'm doing the opposite. Trying to remember my goals so that I can like connect myself when I'm eating to where I want to be. Like, if I'm busy and stressed and anxious and I think, oh, I just won't eat that, like, is that in line with the life that I want to live, the person that I want to be, the wife that I want to be, how I want to enter into this marriage, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it's not. And I'm also really just trying to like enjoy this period and like seeing friends and family and celebrating and, I don't know, going to the pub for a pint and having dinners together, and basically not have it as another thing that anorexia has stolen from me, or another thing that food gets in the way of and makes me so anxious that I can't really enjoy it or participate. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna have to go because my dad and I are heading to the pub for a pint, and then we're gonna have a barbecue on the beach together. But lots of love to everybody. If you're in the UK, I hope you're enjoying the sunshine. The weather is incredible. And if you've got me on Instagram, I'm sure I'll post a picture of the wedding at some point. But I'm also so sorry about being so like slow responding to comments and messages. Like, I appreciate them so much, and people are being so sweet and kind. And I love all the good wishes. It's just, it is hectic at the moment. But thank you and lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon.